The Frontiers of Knowledge Awards aim to recognize the work of those who try to move the limits of what's known a bit forward, people whose exceptional contributions have a multitude of impacts on our knowledge and indirectly on different areas of our daily lives, from health to the environment, including technology, land development, economic growth and development cooperation. Those whose research and ideas open up new pathways for science and art. Today, June the 18th, we're granting these awards for the first time, but we'll be granting them in the future. The chairman of the BBVA Foundation, Francisco González, is the right person to summarize the main aim of these awards. Minister, Secretary of State for Research, Chairman of the Higher Council for Scientific Research, Secretary General for Universities, Chairman and members of the juries, winners, representatives of the diplomatic corps, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to this ceremony of the first edition of the 2008 BBVA Foundation Frontiers of Knowledge Awards. This is a very important day for us, a day that has a profound meaning for the Foundation and for the whole group I chair, BBVA, and beyond that, it's a very important date for our country and for the scientific community as a whole, notwithstanding their nationalities. Today we see the crystallization of one of the most important initiatives launched by the BBVA Foundation, a project we've been developing for a number of years with a lot of enthusiasm. I'm referring to the whole BBVA Foundation team in consultation with many other people and organizations, especially, and I want to mention this here, the Higher Council for Scientific Research, CSIC, who have collaborated with us and have put up many hours and effort in this project. The spirit of these awards is reflected on their name, Frontiers of Knowledge. It refers to two different key concepts. On the one hand, these awards want to recognize those contributions which significantly change the realm of knowledge in a specific period of time, moving the frontiers of what's known a bit forward. And on the other hand, they express the fact that very frequently research is being developed in the frontiers of different disciplines and specialties, testing the organization of knowledge as we know it. So, to summarize, the focus of these awards, the Frontiers of Knowledge Awards, looks at seminal contributions which are capable of overcoming the repertoire of available models, of opening up new and multiple ways to understand our world. And with these awards, BBVA is expressing their support of a state-of-the-art science that changes the world and changes the world, the way we act in this world. We understand that with these awards we'll be providing with more visibility to a sample of people and groups of the scientific community and artistic creators who are capable of bringing forward paradigm shifts. As we all know, we have a gap of specific knowledge in the research community, or rather of recognition or appreciation, and this recognition is usually given to those achievements that everyone knows about instead of recognizing the pillars that make those achievements possible, which are usually hidden and buried, with the exception of the members of the respective professional or scientific community. We have banked on this second option. We've chosen this second option, being aware of the fact that, of course, this requires a greater effort in interpreting the awarded contributions, which include theoretical developments as well as achievements that can be directly applied and recognized by society. We believe that the winners, whose resumes are as interesting as their achievements, will be some kind of role model. We hope that these awards will urge the young talent to pursue scientific careers and for society as a whole to acknowledge knowledge and research in a much better fashion. We also want to act on behalf of society, which do recognize the contribution of many researchers and scientists whose contributions make it possible to enlarge the space and our options. Each society, each time has its own challenges, and these awards aim at stimulating excellence in the fields of the most characteristic fields or knowledges which are characteristic of our society. These awards are 21st century awards, and they cover a broad spectrum of knowledge and creation which are characteristic of our century. They include, of course, basic sciences, physics, chemistry and mathematics, without which it would be impossible to move these frontiers forward, including more recent research areas such as biomedicine, information and communication technologies, economics and business management. These awards also take into account essential fields to tackle important challenges in our times: ecology and conservation biology, which are increasingly important, interdisciplinary study of climate change, cooperation for development, which has been tackled in a very decided and rigorous fashion. And finally, and last but not least, they recognize the contribution of arts, including architecture and music. Lifestyles, sensitivity, and it's part of our lifestyle and our sensitivity. So the whole BBVA group identifies itself with these awards because they're a direct manifestation of our identity and our culture. The vision of this group summarizes our aspirations and articulates our whole corporate culture. It's a very simple and straightforward vision. We work to improve the future of people, not clients or customers, but people. We want to create a better future. We are trying to bring our bank to the future, towards a business model which is closer to citizens, closer to the expectations of 21st century customers. We have a model which is based on physical offices, and there we have to improve things quite a bit. I'm referring to opening hours and the professional profile of employees and so on and so forth. With time, they will be acting as a contact point with our customers / people. The second pillar is a virtual pillar, the network as a platform, not as a channel, as a new space. This new phenomenon is in the 21st century that changes everything and makes everything possible. We're very proud to have developed such a model in the past 5 years. We are leading the banks of the 21st century. We want to create a better future, and of course for that we need knowledge and innovation. We understand that these are the most efficient ways to provide a better service to society and make a contribution to the improvement of society. Our foundation is working to bring this better future closer to people, and we do that by supporting scientific research and culture by means of many different initiatives. This work, carried out by the BBVA Foundation, will be enhanced and supported now and in the future with the successive editions of these yearly awards. I would like to conclude by mentioning and underlying the wonderful cooperation with the CSIC. It is essential, their work has been essential and crucial for the development of these awards, as shown by the runners-ups and the composition of the juries. The support of the CSIS, or the Higher Council for Scientific Research, has been essential to guarantee independence, neutrality and excellence in these awards, and I'd like to express our gratitude and our wish to continue forward with this collaboration. Without such an entity behind us, these awards would have been impossible to organize. I would also like to thank a long list of scientific and cultural institutions, some of which are very well known around the world, who presented their nominations to these awards. Thanks to these entities, we've been able to select an excellence list of winners, I would like to express my gratitude to international juries whose work I know has been very difficult and very demanding. The profile of excellence of the selection committees and their commitment to carry out a neutral, objective and rigorous process has made it possible to award people based on their merits and nothing else. And lastly, I'd like to express our congratulations and recognition, profound recognition, to all of those who won the awards and their families. Great people who are taking us to new frontiers of knowledge. Dr. Soleng and Zirac in basic sciences, Massaguet in biomedicine, Dr. Zir in information and telecommunication technologies, economy, Loveloy and Lawrence in Breaker, climate change, and for the analysis of actions against poverty, represented by Dr. Duflo in the category Development Cooperation, and Professor Hall in arts, more specifically architecture. And I'd like to congratulate and recognize the scientific community as a whole, and also creators in arts. Our admiration, we are sure, is shared by the Spanish society and the society of this whole world. This ceremony, my dear friends, is a celebration of knowledge. The presence of very well-known persons from the government, from public and private enterprises, from the university, from the world of culture, enhances the relevance of this ceremony. Dear Minister, we'd like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for accepting our invitation to chair this event. I do know that the Minister is very much interested in innovation and research in Spain to change our productive model, and she is supported by the other members of the cabinet. Innovation and sciences are two essential pillars in the 21st century economy. Thank you very much to each and every one of you for having attended this ceremony. These awards will become a role model or a benchmark around the world. And let's hope that these awards, which are now celebrating their first edition, will be eventually recognized around the world. Thank you very much for your presence and attention.